Hello, Internet! James Allen from Out of 8, and today I'm playing turn-based strategy game Groundbreakers. In it, you lead a team of 5 robots against another team of 5 robots vying for supremacy. There's a number of game modes in the game, and I'll show off a couple of these first. There is online multiplayer, so that's pretty cool. I'll start off by doing a scenario, and I'll just pick one of these people. Doesn't really matter who. It gives you increasingly more difficult scenarios to go against. So we'll do the normal mode here. First thing you're going to do is pick your starting forces here. So I'm going to pick that guy, and... Nope, not him. Yep, that's the one I want. Those 3. And you're going to have up to 5, and it depends on the scenario, so how many you get to do. So we're on a lava battlefield. Your fortress will still stand after timeout. Your fortress falls before timeout, and there's a time limit. So this is turn-based, but you'll notice there's a little countdown timer here, these time points. So what it makes it is that different units, based on their speed, can move at different times. So it gives you a little bit of, flexibility there in how it makes things move. For each unit, you can mouse over it. They have different hit points. They have a durability, which is how many times they can respawn. They have different types of attack. This one has an attack range of 4. Has different damages that it does with that attack. Different movement speeds, dodging accuracy, stuff like that. So all the different robots have different attributes there. So I'm just going to move this guy up. Each turn you can move and attack, or move and use one of your special abilities. That's another thing that sets all the robots apart are their special abilities. And I found that there's one good one, basically, that I like per unit. So here it's not very fair. I was only allowed to field 3 against 5. I definitely want the double attack with him. But what are you going to do? Oh. There's my projectile guy. I'll give him... let's do overdrive. Let's go right here. He did the same thing. AI is actually pretty good in the game. It knows the game rules. Does a good job playing them. And that's all I can do. Probably not a great idea splitting everybody up like that, but it'll have to do. See if I can get within range here. There we go. So let's just blast this guy. There we go. As units attack each other, they gain experience points. The experience points basically makes their special attacks more effective. And you can see there's different map events. On the different maps, sea level can rise, lava can fill in, and they just took out one of my units, which is unfortunate. This placement is kind of the one I want to do here, so I'm going to do that against this guy. This unit has a very crappy regular attack, so his special attack's really the way to go. And lost that one. And I'm just going to die here, so it doesn't really matter. Basically, on this, I just got to survive until the timer runs out. I've kind of reached a plateau of effectiveness as to how good I am. There's no difficulty settings or anything. And I just lost. So it's really just a matter of how the scenario designers did the difficulty. And I've kind of reached that point where I can't really progress any further because the game is kind of too difficult for me. After each match, you can salvage parts, which I didn't get, and chips and other bonuses and gain experience, which I didn't get any of because I lost. Once you get those things, you can actually explore your units in here. So these are all the units that I've unlocked so far. I've unlocked 6 with this profile anyway. And then they have these little chips that can go in Tetris style and basically give bonuses to damage or restoring hit points, stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool system there. And again, you earn all those things by just completing any of them. Scenarios, campaign missions, or in the Infinity Mine, which is basically just a bunch of... Their scenarios against a bunch of foes that spawn around the border of the map. It's basically the same thing there. When you go into the lab, you'll salvage all these parts as well that have different types of materials. Stronger materials work better, obviously. What you're trying to do is you're trying to make this thing. And what you have to do is you have to actually keep trying combinations until this lights up and this build thing highlights. So it's really just completely trial and error as to which parts are needed to build these things. Kind of an unnecessary minigame, in my opinion. Okay, it's a little, it's like you're building the robots, but, do I need to know it's 2 wheels and a satellite and a cube for this thing? Probably not. And it doesn't let you do custom designs either, which honestly would probably be the justification for having the lab in the first place. You're purely making pre-scripted things with pre-scripted abilities. It'd be really nice if you could customize your own, but you can't. So I'll show off the Infinity Mine's basically the same as the scenario, except all the people spawn on the outside and you have to fight them all off. So I'm just going to do a new campaign. So we'll do it. Yeah, that's fine. Do it on normal. Doesn't really matter. Blah, 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 storyline. Okay, so what you do, you go around and grab territory. Grabbing territory gives you more resources, which you can use to grab more territory and further progress up the chain there. So I'm going to attack in back of me if I can. Oh, that's not me. I'm over here. I kept thinking I was green for some reason. Alright, so I'm going to attack this. Costs money to attack. You select your robots. Should always select the maximum you're allowed to have. So I'll select those 5. You also get to add commanders. Later on, you'll be able to hire more commanders, which will give bonuses to how certain things work. This is an elimination game. So whoever gets the most kills by the end of the time limit, or if all 5 people die at the same time without having the chance to respawn, because it takes a couple turns to respawn, then you win. Another game mode that it has is you have to find these tactic points, which is basically like Conquest, where you capture and hold an area. But you have to scout and see where it is. I hate the anti-bot. It's so annoying. Alright, so let's do that. I end up picking the same abilities every time. And I don't want that. So you memorize which one's which, just based off of the icons. This is my wheelie guy, so we'll do Heavenly Wind. Make everybody go faster. What's the range on that? Should probably just do that there. Everybody gets a movement boost. Alright, so I don't think he's close enough to fire. Nope, it's just off a little bit. I do like the interface is actually pretty decent. It'll show combat ranges, but only after you move. It'll show this little red outline is where enemies could potentially attack you from. So there are some useful aspects to that. The game, though, overall is kind of, rough, I would say. It doesn't have the polish that a lot of complete titles do. It kind of feels just like, it's still an early access title, even though it was fully released. Actually, doing with the friendly fire with that. Alright, so that's all those guys. Okay, who is this? This is this guy. He is 1. So I'm just going to move him here. Terrain does matter. If you're higher up, you get an attack bonus. Here comes that guy. Alright, so he can actually attack, although he shouldn't because his damage is only 5. Really, this is what gets him, is the placement thing. So I'm going to placement against this guy. There you go. That almost took him all the way out. Let's put him here. He can't do anything yet. He's gonna get smacked up by that guy. Oh, he missed. Tide's rising. Long neck, big mouth. That's a special ability. And you end up running into the same robots, the enemy robots too. Alright, I think I'm going to do this guy. What's his attack? 20. Yeah, they're not close enough to each other to attack each other. I do have this ability. Electrocutes any in the water. I'll actually do that. For 10. Oh, it took that guy out, though. That's good. That was actually pretty good. So you have these little special powers, too. Yeah, let's go after that guy. I don't think that's gonna... No. It's not gonna eliminate him, but... Yeah, this guy's damage is only 5. I'm gonna back him up, take him to the heal zone. That's what this is right here. So they'll heal up if you keep him there. This guy has an attack of 30 though, so he'll take him out. And you know, you have the little health bar there. If you mouse over, it'll show you how many hit points they have. That guy has 70. But again, there's the not the number there. The little number is how many time points it is until they get to move again. Alright, so I'm going to double attack this guy. I almost took him out. He had probably like... I don't even know how many... Oh, and he missed too. Excellent. So this guy... 60. Alright, what do I want to do here? I'll just fire on this guy. Sorry. You get these little boxes over here, which, if you collect them, if you just have to run over them, it gives you extra parts for your lab. So I'm actually going to go pick that up. And move back. And I get to upgrade. I'll upgrade my Heavenly Wind. And I got that chip. He can't even attack him anyway, so let's just move back here. Might be able to get in range for that. Yep. Haha. Attack each other. That was good. So you can see using your robots to their abilities is basically the key to winning, not surprisingly. All those guys are still recovering, so actually if I can take this guy out, I'm good to go. But his range is only 1, so that is unfortunate. Ah, got him mobilized. He is all the way healed. Now... question is, can I get close enough to do this to him? Yes, I can. I think I just won. I did! All those guys are respawning, so I won that. That was pretty dominating. Of course, that was the first scenario in the campaign, so not surprising. So here's all my salvage stuff. Yeah, that's not very good. Got some chips. Got some of those deals. And got some experience points. And there we go. So that's pretty much it. And then what you can do here, you have action points per turn. You can go in and upgrade, which costs money. You can collect to bring your income back up. I could go in and then attack another one if I had, I think, attacking. Yeah, so I can't actually attack again. I can collect again, though. Give me a bunch of income next turn. But that's basically it. So, and there you go. That is Groundbreakers. You know, the robots are interesting. They have a variety of different abilities. Their special abilities really kind of determine how you use them in the game. I wish that the lab was a little bit better in that it lets you do custom designs instead of just simply unlocking whatever blueprint it says down here. You know, so I can't build anything because that's not the right parts for that. So I wish you could actually custom design your own stuff by putting little, putting parts together and making a robot and then choosing what the special abilities are. But instead, you're limited to building pre-designed blueprints, which is pretty disappointing. In addition to that, the game really lacks polish. It has some translational errors. It just has a feel of not a very slick game. There are a lot of game modes. I mean, it has the scenarios against specific AI opponents with different strategies. Has the campaign where you try to capture territory. Has the infinity mine where you can get new blueprints and parts for your robots. It has multiplayer online, so it has that too. So it has some features, but again, it just kind of lacks that extra little appeal that'll make this, better for a wider audience. So there you go. That's all I have for today. Till next time, bye now.